Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. Tucker Carlson, this lace sock garter of a human, a giggling, squealing demon from a level of hell even Dante couldn't imagine. You know the funny thing about Tucker, to this commentator, is this man-shaped suppository. His audience and fans are these guys. Coal-rolling, gun-toting, beard-growing bro-publicans. This bow-tie-sporting Manny Petty is their hero. Here's what an evil hump Tucker is. After Kevin McCarthy, who couldn't make a deal with the devil because, well, he has no soul to sell, gave Tiny Tucker 41,000 hours of footage from the January 6th treasonous insurrection. Sorry. I meant Patriotic Liberty Museum tour.
But let's be honest, coming to D.C. is boring. Frankly, walking through these hallowed halls could suck the life out of any vacation because it ain't no water park. That's why we here at Insurrection Tours want you to have the most interactive vacation you ever had. We not only want you to witness history, we want you to create it.
That's why we're going to offer Insurrection Tours and give you a chance to overthrow your government. A government that gives you the freedom to commit treason and still get home to watch Tucker.
Well, if you're white.
Well, after Tucker got the 41,000 hours of video footage, he cherry-picked a few scenes and then said,
they were peaceful, they were orderly and meek. These were not insurrectionists, they were sightseers. They're not destroying the Capitol, they obviously revere the Capitol. But it turns out there's quite a bit of video you haven't seen. And that video tells a very different story. And that's exactly why the Democratic Party and its allies in the media prevented you from seeing it.
Really, Tuck? Really? You bathroom stall foot tapper. They revered the Capitol so that feces that these patriots wiped on the walls of Congress were just what? Fertilizer for liberty.
The janitorial and custodial staff of the Capitol were also traumatized.
So what did you find in the 41,000 hours of footage, Tucker, that the January 6th committee missed? Did you find, like, the Proud Boys feeding homeless babies? Did the January 6th committee just gloss over the 3%ers bake sale where all the profits went to helping trans kid learn to shoot immigrants? Do we have footage of Maggie Clawfoot and Lori Bebo in a prayer circle praying for the cops that got beaten with clubs and pepper sprayed? Did they pray for Officer Sicknick or Fanone, who was tased into a heart attack? Did we get it wrong, Tucker? You in-the-closet trust fund baby? You know, your own team came out against you, Tuck. McConnell said he's with the Capitol Police. Mitt Romney called you a liar, flat out, you bedazzled jockstrap. You kissed Trump's burnt umber buttocks for 6 years on your show, while behind the scenes, in text messages, you said this: Trump is so destructive. You called this behavior disgusting. Then said on January 4th, we are very, very close to being able to ignore Trump. I truly can't wait. I hate him passionately. Then the finale, Tuck. We're all pretending we've got a lot to show for it because admitting what a disaster it has been is too tough to digest. But come on, there really isn't an upside to Trump. You said that, bro. You're a fraud. As a journalist and a man, you, Hannity, Ingraham, you lied for 6 years to people who trusted you. And that's not as long as my ex-wife lied to me, but it's still pretty goddamn bad. Your lies, Tucker, created division in our country. The division we currently have. And your emails show that you knew it. You were willing to commit treason for viewers, end democracy for ratings, and get cops killed while you say you back the blue. Pathetic, evil, criminal. Tucker! I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. I'm tired of these fucking assholes calling themselves patriots and then fucking up the country. God damn it. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. I know the Armageddon update was less funny than usual. Thanks to Highlander for bringing in the funny. I'm just pissed. With me, as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander.
There can be only one.
Everybody's scared of you today.
I miss you.
I'm pretending.
I started out so good today, too. I had a great 3 days. I went snowboarding for 3 days, and for the first time in years, literally 3-4 years. Actually, more than that, 5 years. The children were with me, and they're 18 and 21 now, and we just had a great day. And it kind of erased that the bad weekend we had, and it was and we had a great time. And then today I got up and I'm going to say one thing. If you are the first person at a stoplight, when that light turns green, it is a sacred fucking duty for you to leave. You need to leave that light like it's the Winter Nationals. I want you, the second that light, your reaction time should be somewhere around Tony Schumacher time. You don't sit there, look at your phone, then go, oh, and then go, and then wave out, because 7 guys behind them didn't make the light. You piece of shit.
If murder was legal,
oh my God,
I would have 25 bodies behind me every day.
Wouldn't it be great if there was a cop that, not just a guy, there was a guy that directed traffic when the lights went out, and there was another guy that just shot whoever didn't go as green. Yeah. You got 5 seconds. Look, 1, 2,
make a Tesla
3.
that is allowed to just shoot the bad guys.
God, man. So getting over here was tough today, and I have a plane to catch in a couple hours, and then you're with Grandma. You're having a rough time too, and I know I'm bitching about stoplights.
I'm sure traffic is really hard to deal with.
Yeah,
it's much worse than what you're going through. Let me tell you.
Yeah, we're all worried about Grandma, and tell her from all of us, love it. I'll be there on Monday. I'm going to Austin this weekend doing my shows, and then I'm heading to North Carolina to spend time with Grandma. How are you holding up?
She keeps asking about you again. And in fact, today, I don't think I told you this, but today she told me that you would be here. She asked Shay when she was leaving, and Shay said, I'm not leaving today. And Grandma said, but Christopher's coming. And I said, no, he has shows, Grandma. Remember, at Cap City Comedy Club in Austin, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 shows. You can still get tickets. And she said, that's what you told me. I said, no, he has shows, so he can't come until Monday. And she goes, I don't think that's what you told me. So really, it's all come down to Christopher.
Wow. Yeah, she's
at
like,
the end,
you guys can go. Christopher's coming.
Yeah.
It's time for you guys to leave.
It's weird. Even I don't get that.
What?
I didn't even know, like it's a very high compliment, but why? Like, I'm a kind of a douchebag to Grandma. We joke around a lot and stuff. I just, I do love her, and I will be there on Monday. I'll be there Monday morning. I want the burk me on the earliest flight.
Burk you?
You got to burk me on that flight. Got to burk it. So
don't wear a burqa on the flight.
No, do not wear a burqa. Well, God, you see all the stuff that's going on with the planes the last couple of weeks?
What about the guy with the spoon?
Guy got a sharpened spoon. Guy went to prison. He got the spoon. He basically got his food. Then so I don't know what he filed it on the arm of the thing. Basically made a prison shiv on a plane
out of a neck pillow. How did he shave it down?
And then I guess I love that we're after 9/11, we're all to the point now. If someone pulls some crazy shit on a plane, we're like, nope, everybody up, let's kill this guy. And we all beat their ass. And then a guy bumped into, and this is weird, people are getting really rude. A guy bumped into a guy's wife on the jetway, didn't say anything. The dude said, dude, say you're sorry, whatever happened.
Tom Hanks?
No, and it wasn't Tom Hanks. No, he would be justified. A full-out brawl happens on the plane. These guys are just like MMA duking it. And
so wait, both guys had teams? That they just fought each other?
They just fought each other. That's crazy. And so I have to get on a plane in a couple hours, and I am not looking forward to it. I'm wearing pads.
It is weird. I definitely think about that, more. I said, I'm a little freaked out. And my uncle Philip, that you guys met last week, he just left. He was just here too. And he said, why? Because he's kind of got this attitude of, he'll just kill someone. And I'm like, because it didn't used to be something we had to really think about. And now air travel especially seems to be a very contentious place. And I am just wondering if it's just because people drink more because they're flying, because they're nervous about flying.
They used to go on more, though.
No. The plane was still on the tarmac. These guys, the dude that got in the brawl, they had just walked on. And the guy said some shit to us about bumping his wife. The guy was like, fuck it, whatever happened. And you know what we've lost? And it's what Paul Mooney said to me years ago, and I've said that we've lost shame and humiliation.
And go-go boots and miniskirts.
That was a good time. That was a good time.
No attacks from men.
You what?
Somebody's lonely. Very, very
Me
lonely.
too. There was that whole ad campaign, Fly Me. Hi, I'm Karen.
Right.
I'm Karen, Fly Me. That was in the 70s. Fly Me. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't even know what that means.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah. That wouldn't go today. Wouldn't go today at all. Anyway, so we were talking about Tucker Carlson. So Tucker Carlson, it's been basically pointed out. We've known this for years. We could always sense it because because like animals, we can smell loser and liar on people. But this dude, basically, they got Dominion. The case is they have all these emails that they all knew. Ingraham, Hannity, and Tucker all knew that
it's Ingram, but let's fuck it up. It's Ingraham.
Look, Graham Cracker says
heavy on the ham.
Is it? No, I don't think so. I think Ingraham.
Is it Ingraham?
I think it's Ingraham.
Look, all those letters are there, and this is something I've wondered about for a long time too, but I can't bring myself to watch her to see. But the letters are there like Abraham, but I think people say Ingram, but I don't want to because I don't want to ignore those letters.
The reason, being an English major, the reason I say Ingraham is because you said it. I've said Laura Ingram, and you go Ingraham, and I'm like, all right.
Oh,
so I've been getting lectured by my school marm wife.
I have not lectured you. You just copied me. I just feel like if the letters are there, we shouldn't ignore them.
Well, I just hit mute as soon as she comes on, so it does shorten her last name.
So here's my thing. So we have text messages from Hannity, Ingraham-ish, and Tucker that basically say Trump's a piece of shit. We hate this guy. He's ruining everything. We can't wait to get rid of him. And then they have the balls to be like, Trump's, that election was still stolen. They know the election wasn't stolen. Rupert Murdoch this last week testified in the Dominion lawsuit that the election was not stolen. And it's weird to me because we have conservatives in our family, and say what you will, we don't agree politically, but we still love them. They're our family. They're our family. And part of me is like, if you guys are a news agency and you are supposed to give people information, that's your job. And they leave it on all the time. And you lie to them consistently. You're the reason we're in this shitty situation in America right now. Yeah. You're the reason that we're divided.
Yes.
And they'll say, we're divided. No. When Joe Biden passes, insulin for $35 for the month, he didn't just pass it for Democrats. He passed it for fucking everybody.
Exactly.
When he actually, says that we're going to tax people, all the rich people, he didn't just tax the Republican rich people. Yeah. The Democratic rich people are getting taxed too. And the Republican Party doesn't do that. They do not have, they have one side of America. And here's what I don't get. What does that get them? I get, divide and conquer, but what are they winning? Like, what is the pile of shit that they win? Except the country's fucked up.
Well, I think that, under Trump, it became so divided that people became rabid, right? And so once they realized that this monster that they had helped him create was turning on them when they decided to tell the truth to cover their own butts, they realized that they couldn't. I guess Murdoch admitted that they were afraid that people would leave them to go to Newsmax or whatever crappy channel. Dominion is now demanding that they do an on-air retraction because they say that Fox has now admitted in court that they knew it was a lie. Rupert Murdoch flat out said that. Right. Now they've released tons of new documents as of yesterday. And they want an on-air retraction because I feel like that's the only way to cover it. So like some examples of the evidence that they're pointing to in this new filing where they're requesting this from the judge is Rupert Murdoch repeatedly answering no when he was asked if he believed that Fox should tell people Dominion committed election fraud by rigging the election. The text message from Sean Hannity that said the whole narrative Sidney Powell was pushing, I did not believe it for 1 second. Tucker Carlson texted and said Sidney Powell is lying about the election fraud claims.
This is pretty harsh.
Oh yeah, these are all the things they list in order.
This is the worst way to walk into court.
Fox Corporation executive Raj Shah said in an email, "This stuff is so effing insane. Vote rigging to the tune of millions. Come on." The producer, Alex Pfeiffer, then responded, "It is so insane, but our viewers believe it. So addressing again how her stupid Venezuela affidavit isn't proof might insult our viewers." I mean, it goes on and on and on.
Wait, but that was their vibe. We don't want to tell our viewers the truth because that would insult them. How? By the way, here's what's even worse. They fucking hate and disrespect the people that watch their channel. Like, do you get that they have zero respect for them? Zero.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. I blame them still. Those guys are just grifters and con men doing what grifters and con men do. And the people, and all this information is out now, except they don't watch it. They're watching Fox, and Fox is talking about the 41,000 hours of videotape that he's making stuff up, which again, I read her the Armageddon update last night while I was driving home, and I was in the car. I was typing. My daughter was driving, and we didn't die. It's good. And we got to a place where I realized that it's just lying. And I read her the Armageddon update, and she just goes, "Well, it's not funny, but maybe they all don't need to be funny."
You asked you asked what they.
I agree with that. I think some things are so serious that sometimes you're allowed to not be funny.
Yep.
This is a big deal.
We make them funny. They are always funny.
Yeah. By the way, we depend on the Highlander to make sure they're funny. But on this one, I was so mad, and I kept thinking that you motherfucker, Tucker Carlson, who's the most popular guy on Fox, makes $30 million a year, used his platform to divide the country. He literally got on television on the number one news station and actually told everybody a giant lie that caused Officer Sicknick to die, Officer Fanone to have a heart attack, tased into a heart attack. And basically our country's now insane now. He almost started a fucking civil war. And we're just like, and people are like, yeah, just let him keep being on the news. Walter Cronkite would have been taken up. What?
I think we're on a delay. I just wanted to repeat again that Tucker Carlson, the direct quote is, "Sidney Powell is lying." On November 17th, 2020, he said that.
Can we talk to your legal mind for a second then? So you go into a civil case like this, and that's the evidence. Dominion has that evidence. And what I don't quite get is, you always say, never write anything down, never leave a voice message. These guys texted each other.
Is that why?
Yeah. And by the way, how? Yeah, because she doesn't want to. She was partly responsible for ruining the country. I don't understand. I'm really amped today. I don't understand how Dominion got those texts. How does that happen? Did they had to subpoena
Discovery.
them? Yeah, but wouldn't you just delete them? I mean, or I guess so.
No, they're always on a server.
So Edward
Snowden has them.
Edward Snowden.
Julian Assange has them.
So wait a minute. So they didn't. So Dominion didn't subpoena Tucker and Hannity and Ingy. They actually subpoenaed the people at Verizon.
Yeah.
And that's how they got the text messages.
Right. There you go.
So if you're
it never goes.
So let me use your criminal mind for your criminal justice mind. What happens when you walk into a case and you're Dominion and they're like, these guys slandered us and they lied, and then you have text message from the guys who did it that said we lied. Like
Exhibit A through Z.
Like what? Like how do you even? It's a slam dunk, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I would say they're in big trouble. I mean, especially that one. They have several lawsuits against OAN and individually against the anchors, and Fox and individually against the anchors. But the one against Fox is $1.6 billion. So they have a lot of billion-dollar cases going on right now that judges have continued to order can move forward. Now this one is happening, but now you've got Rupert Murdoch admitting under oath that, yeah, he knew it was fake, and yeah, they shouldn't have done it. And I just keep thinking, he's old. He's really old.
95, yeah.
And I think there's an age where you get to where you know you're about to die, and this empire you built, you don't really want to give it to the asshole son because you really don't like him that much, and he didn't work for it.
He's gonna burn it down.
Burn it down. Why not?
That would be so Shakespearean. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah. It's worth like $3 billion, and Rupert Murdoch's like, hey, we're going to pay him. Just pay him. Just pay him. It's 1.6, whatever. Pay him. Pay everybody else off. Goodbye. That'd be great. That would be awesome. And then he ends Fox.
And then what? Because then he knows he might leave a legacy where people are like, well, yeah, he told the truth and he turned the country around and then he dies. Who knows? There's a lot of people in life at the end of their life have regrets and they decide to do what they can to fix it. I think it's a pure fantasy, but it's a nice story.
This is deathbed confession type of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You asked what?
I more think.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I more think that based on who he's always been, it's probably just a mother F my kids and everyone that thinks they're going to get this kind of situation. That's more believable than my fantasy ending.
The other side. So one of the kids quit. Because he thought he didn't like what Fox was doing. And then Lachlan is just as bad as anybody on the right? The kid that's currently running it. That would be cool. I just listen. Here's the other thing too. Here's the really fucked up thing. So Rupert Murdoch, when Joe Biden put out his campaign ads, they paid for Fox ads. Rupert Murdoch called Jared Kushner and goes, "You guys better get off the stick. These ads are way better than yours." Mm-hmm. And then he showed him Biden's ads before they aired. So that's considered a campaign contribution, which is illegal.
Right.
And so there's another thing. But then again, I'm going to say, and we've seen it with Trump and we see it with anybody who's got money, except for this other Murdoch guy who just got busted for murder. Unless it's murder, unless it's literally a crime of violence on another person, it seems that if you have money, you get a fucking way with anything.
Is Murdoch and Murda, is that like an old English word for murder? I mean, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, one's murdering the country, one murders his family. Yeah, I just don't. I have so little faith right now in where we are in America that anything. Trump's running for president, and they keep talking about Jack Smith, and I just have this. I don't like getting in despair like this, but
we've gotten our hopes up a lot,
right?
And been let down,
right?
Yeah.
There were 4 years of Rachel Maddow episodes where we were like, it was so heinous. We were like, this is it.
We were dancing.
He created the back channel to talk to the Russians during his campaign.
They had two servers.
It's over. And then he kept getting away.
They had servers in Trump Tower to the Saudis and to the Russians. And they shut them down. Oh, yeah, we shut them down. No, okay. What? But that's such an extreme version of
then they bomb Ukraine.
Ask forgiveness, not permission. Oh yeah, those. We killed a bunch of people. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Don't do it again. So I think they're in trouble. I just don't know if a jury's gonna give them $1 billion. You think that's gonna happen? Dominion deserves it. I mean, if they've run our elections clean, and now we know for sure 100% in their own words that they fucking lied for years.
You asked earlier, what did they get out of this? What did they gain, basically? And it comes down to ad revenue. Because if it turns off their base, they're going to lose ratings, and then that affects their ad revenue. And but this goes all the way back to fairness doctrine, right?
It's like this site Gab. So Gab, all Gab does, it's like it's a shitty Twitter. It's actually Twitter's shitty Twitter now. It's horror. It's horror shitty Twitter. And I think that, and Gab it's conspiracy, and they let it in, and we have family members that haven't got involved in it, and they believe it, and it's the craziest shit. Joe Biden's an actor. Mm-hmm. He's not real. He's wearing a mask. Trump is still running the country, and these people believe it.
Two militaries.
There's two militaries, one run by Trump and one by Biden. And so, again,
so
Jordan,
good.
Can I please say Jordan Klepper is like literally one of the best patriots in the country. So some lady's saying this. There's two militaries, and he goes, so which one's helping Ukraine? And she goes, what? And he goes, which one's helping Ukraine? The Biden's one. Okay, so Trump's one's against Ukraine, and you could just see the gears just fucking lock. It was crazy to watch. It was crazy to watch. I just. The level of stupid it takes currently to be a Republican is insane. And you guys can call me. You can go in the comments, say what you want to say right now. But the shit that you guys believe is insane. From QAnon all the way on. You can say about the Democrats, the one thing we never believed is crazy shit. We had to have evidence. We had to have fact-based evidence. You guys believe that people are killing children and drinking their blood. Let's stop there. God damn, I'm mad. I'm mad today. I'm getting
So Marie Bartiromo, I don't know how to say her name because I don't watch her either. She's really been the center of a lot of court discussion because there was discussion from the other anchors that she was obviously being influenced by right-wing extremists like QAnon people. So they said she became very depressed and hoped that fraud would come out and change the outcome of the election. And so she forbade everyone around her to refer to Biden as president-elect. She then, Brett Baer, warned another anchor, Jay Wallace, that she had been pushing false claims about the election. He put that in writing. It's like kind of nutty, like all the stuff that we have in writing that all these anchors were saying about her. Bannon had started to email her telling her that she was the fighter and we need you. And he was going to help her run against Chuck Schumer to win a Senate seat. And she's a Fox anchor. I don't know. Anyway.
Well, after Bebo,
I thought it was interesting.
After Bebo and Sporkfoot, I think, man, anybody can be in Congress. And Santos.
Yeah, at this point. What is left? There's nothing.
Yeah, you and I could run for Congress. You'd be amazing. Oh my God. You would shred. You should take Brad Sherman's place.
Just inanimate objects could just.
There's too many. I would be great at the debate part, but there's way too many people from my past that would come out.
Me too. Just
lie about it. Just lie about it.
Just go to my tweets. I think, but then again, obviously, it doesn't matter. At least you can't say I lied about my school. No, I'm a moron. I was very truthful about that the entire time.
You went to Baruch University.
There you go.
You played
she actually graduated.
It's true, and I wouldn't be totally opposed to it. And yes, it doesn't matter, and I could probably still win even with all those pictures of me rolling at clubs in crazy outfits. But I personally wouldn't want those to come out. So that would suck.
They're some of my favorite
Of course,
pictures.
my grandma won't be here anymore to be totally disappointed in me, and my mom's gone. So maybe it doesn't matter.
We should just go for it.
Oh, that was sad.
We should run as a team. Be the first Senate team. We're a dual act. Right. Listen, we'll be there all the time. There's always going to be somebody there. That's a good idea. Run as a team.
We share a brain. We kind of do.
We kind of do.
We come out of the bedroom, or I'll be somewhere else. We'll walk in and be wearing the same outfit.
Yeah,
all the time.
And the same heels too.
Right?
But mine are just bigger.
They're a lot bigger.
How's the
this episode brought to you today, and then you can ask me whatever you were going to ask me, by Liquid IV,
yes,
one of our all-time favorite companies. When I called my sister's here and said, is there anything that you want me to bring? And she said, yes, Liquid IV. So I brought a whole bag of strawberry. It's already almost gone. Yep. And then I had tangerine and the new one, the tropical punch, in my suitcase.
That's a good one.
And those are almost gone. And I've only been here 5 days this time.
I'll throw some in my luggage. So we were at the cabin. We were snowboarding. And my son, who's 18 and goofy. Spending 3 days with him. I love him to death. He's goofy as shit. And
that's fun though.
Yeah. Him and my dad. So I do the Liquid IV. I just grab a bottle of water in the morning, and before we go to the slopes, because I'm going to be busting my ass. And he goes, what are you doing? And I go, it's Liquid IV. And I tell him what's in it. And he goes, can I have one of those? He has one. Drinks half the bottle, and he just sits back and goes, holy crap, I feel totally different. And so it took about 20 minutes. And then the rest of the weekend, he drank it.
Mm-hmm. Well, my Uncle Philip said that because he said, tell me about this product. Because I think people have started to we really do love the stuff that we advertise.
We're not kidding.
And he said, because when he stayed with us last week, he said, because Christopher, he uses this every day. I'm watching him make this at night and in the morning before he leaves for the day. Because you get in just one of the tubes, you tear it off, you put it in a bottle of water, you shake it up. You're getting 5 essential vitamins and twice the hydration, twice more quickly than water alone. You can use it. I also use it before a workout. It's great when it's warm outside. You don't realize. I think my brother said the other day, grape is his favorite. No, golden cherry is his
Golden
favorite.
cherry is pretty good. Concord grape is pretty damn good, though.
Oh, man. Grape is my sister's favorite. We had a whole conversation about it. You're getting B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C. It's non-GMO, no gluten, dairy, soy, 3 times the electrolytes of like those crappy sugary sports drinks that I won't name. And they donate all over the world. They've now donated over 36 million servings in over 50 countries around the world, which I think is really cool too. So you can grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, get a big bag, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use promo code Titus at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today. liquidiv.com, promo code Titus.
Also, this is a first world problem, but I was snowboarding and it was powdery, so your legs were really tired. You're busting your ass. And the Liquid IV just kind of, it's, my muscles were better. Like I woke up today after having, driving all night and stuff, and I was not sore as I thought I was going to be. Liquid IV changes everything. For my workouts, for when I'm doing sports, it's awesome. When I'm drinking, if you have a night out, I'll say this, alcohol dehydrates you and the altitude dehydrates you. So a couple of Liquid IVs, totally fine. You
don't realize how many of your ailments are related to dehydration.
Right, yeah.
Muscle cramping, like you just said, a lot of times has to do with dehydration. It's kind of interesting. So my sister last night was having foot and leg cramps, and I said, oh, you need a Liquid IV. It's really weird because as I'm doing this ad, I'm thinking about how many conversations I've had with family about this product over the last few days.
And my daughter too. She didn't see it. We finished the ad. I just want to say, guys, we're not kidding about this product. We're just not kidding. So what else is going on in the news I want to talk about? The FAA is having a plane, not just people on planes fighting, but planes. There was 2 planes that crashed in Florida, hit each other. And I took flying lessons for a very short time. And I realized probably not for me. And and one day I was on the plane and I was doing a flight with the instructor, and he goes, I go, so do you ever about plane crashes? And the guy looks at me like I'm a moron. He goes, do you understand how hard it is in 3-dimensional space to hit another airplane? Yeah, he goes, it's almost impossible. He goes,
the sky.
Yeah, the entire atmosphere, and you crashed into something else, you moron. And he goes, on the ground, I get it. It's one dimension. You're on the ground. He goes, it's 3 dimensions. He goes, it's 3 dimensions or 2 dimensions on the ground. He goes, that people do this. You have to be the dumbest human being. Give me this lecture all this flying. I'm like, all right, I feel better about myself. And then at that point, we were coming into Van Nuys Airport, and we get this. There's a Hawker jet coming in behind you guys, or a Hawker jet coming in behind you, and so please turn directly. So he goes, all right, turn it. Let me get it. And he turned it, and this fucking jet goes right past us.
Shit.
Literally 70, 80 yards away. No, maybe farther than that. Maybe 300-400.
And it was like,
and I'm like, yeah, it looks like we almost crashed in midair. And so I guess it's not that hard.
This wasn't a Blue Angels
no, it was
routine?
a Hawker.
Okay.
It was like a private jet flying into Van Nuys Airport. Anyways, Tucker Carlson needs to go. What I don't understand is, how do we have these people?
They're saying that his airing of that security footage has now spilled over into some of the January 6th seditious conspiracy trials, because a lawyer representing one of the 5 Proud Boys asked the judge to throw out the case on Thursday because he says this video is plainly exculpatory. The prosecutor says that footage was available to them, that all footage was available to them. But it's now, like we said, it probably is starting to come up in these hearings and cases and things, which is awesome.
So, which is great. So now we've got these people that literally committed treason to America. Tucker Carlson is helping them. There's nothing there, though. That's what I was talking about in the Armageddon update. What exactly are you showing? Tucker Carlson had the balls to say they lined up, they queued up like anything, and they showed reverence for the Capitol.
But they also screamed, "Hang Mike Pence!"
Hang Mike
and
Pence.
Built a gallows.
They went on
and smashed windows
and
and
they
murdered
wiped shit
people
on the floor, on the walls. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, they eventually people were walking, strolling.
This footage is plainly exculpatory. It establishes that the Senate chamber was never violently breached and, in fact, was treated very respectfully by January 6th protesters.
We watched it on television. I watched it personally. We were sitting at home going, what the fuck is going on?
Was that footage faked? I mean, there's some really good acting.
It really, right?
I mean, amazing.
And the dude, that I guess it was Al Pacino playing the guy with the horns? Because he was awesome. Hooah! Hang Mike Pence! Hooah!
I think that maybe some people weren't trying to poop on the wall or set fire or hang someone. And so that's what I told you, because you said, what could he show? And I said, well, I mean, Highlander, you know this. Any video, you can cut clips out of any video and
we do it all the time.
Say that represents the whole, and it doesn't.
Well,
it doesn't.
You could easily take
we
all.
do it all the time.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
You could easily take all the footage and emphasize the little specific thing that you want to show, and de-emphasize everything else.
Which is what
that's
he's
exactly
doing.
what he's doing.
But
we knew this.
So, but here's the weirdest part. Here's the Putin-esque fascist authoritarian part of what's going on. Kevin McCarthy, who's the Speaker of the House, and he's not the Speaker of the House just for the Republicans. He's the Speaker of the House for the entire country.
Yeah.
This dude decides that, and by the way, the January 6th committees looked at everything. We had Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, who are Republicans, on the January 6th committee. He gave only just Tucker Carlson 41,000 hours of footage. He didn't give it to MSNBC. He didn't give it to CNN. He didn't give it to CBS. He didn't give it to anybody. And it's so obvious.
He's Speaker of the House.
We need some sort of legislation that just says if you lie, they can just turn it off. FCC station just goes, it's done. Because you can't, and they keep doing it. And McCarthy is such a piece of shit. Like, I've never seen a worse. He sold his soul to everybody. And so basically part of the deal, did you know this, babe? Part of the deal, he got the votes because he had to agree to Matt Gaetz and those guys that he was going to give Tucker Carlson this video. That was part of the deal. So everybody would vote for him. Because Tucker Carlson, do you understand? And he even said it. If you look at these text messages, Hannity, Ingraham, whatever, and Carlson said in text messages that they have power. They're talking about how much power they have over the base and over Congress. We should never. We should never ever have any news thing should have power over our Congress. Mm-hmm. And they do.
Well, look, you've also got that case against Tucker Carlson where his own attorney said it's an entertainment show. It's not a news show. And anybody that would believe what he's saying is true is an idiot. And it's like, wait, what?
It says news in the name.
Publicized.
It's called Fox News.
You do have some GOP senators that have come out and said that it's bullshit what he's saying. So there is that, at least. Mike Brown's from South Dakota, several of them. So.
Do you have any quotes from him? Because McConnell said, I'm going to go with what the Capitol Police said. I think this is ridiculous. Mitt Romney came out and basically just said, it's a lie. It's just a lie. And it's so funny to me because they didn't show a lot of Democratic people talking. They showed like 6 Republican senators coming out and going, it's a lie. It's bullshit. If you think anything besides that was an insurrection, you're a moron. And but here's the thing. So all of this, QAnon, we've shown over and over again, Biden's added 12 million jobs. The economy's kicking ass. It's so hot, actually, that interest rates are going up to trying to calm it down. And all of this stuff has been proven to be bullshit. And these people continue to believe it. Trump was stealing documents. Jared Kushner got $2 billion. If none of this stuff makes a difference, then the only thing left is what? Violence? Like what? Like if this doesn't change people's minds, where do we go?
Well, that's the thing. The thing that I think is so nonsensical about it is that, okay, you have these clips where people are calmly walking in, but we have other clips where other people, not the same people, so it wasn't doctored, of other people chanting "Hang Mike Pence," breaking windows, stealing things. So we win.
Climbing
It
the
means it
walls,
was
climbing
violent.
the walls of the Capitol, guys, with his feet on Nancy Pelosi's desk, stealing shit from her. Like we have the QAnon shaman.
Unknown,
I'm sure
down
they-
the stairs.
Yeah, we have guys with their guns, like they were breaking into the thing. They were screaming, "Hang my!" I mean,
I'm sure there's footage of the fucking 9/11 attackers hugging their fucking wives before they
That's a
flew.
valid point. That's
and
a
the
valid point.
kamikaze pilots.
Tim McVeigh went to a Waffle House that morning and calmly ate an omelet.
And he tipped the waitress.
Yeah.
Look how nice.
See
how calm?
you see what? No, it's totally
Pearl Harbor, the fucking kamikaze pilots.
Yeah,
they said goodbye.
Play
so
with
look
their
how
kids.
nice they are.
Yeah, they play with their kids before they left.
What else?
I know. I like when you get it. Like between the two of us, she's happy she's thousands of miles away. She's like, oh my God, it must be fun to be in that room today. We're just angry. We were, and the Armageddon update was very angry.
It is also brought to you by ButcherBox,
Yay!
another one of our favorite companies. Yeah, I was getting my dad something else, and he decided that I'm gonna not get him that thing anymore and sign him up for this because he wants this. And he said, "Well, call me and tell me what the deal is," because I told him about the deals every time we have one.
Right.
ButcherBox, I was just telling him this 2 days ago. He called me and asked about this. That I said, Ken and Christopher will tell you can taste a difference.
Yep.
It is so noticeably different, and I don't know how to describe it other than saying cleaner tasting.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think?
Yep.
Yeah.
As the chicken specifically, everything else is great. I'm not a big red meat eater, but when I took some to the cabin, and I took the dark meat chicken for the kids, and it was awesome. It's just awesome. I've never. It's to the point now where I'm over being stunned by it. I just expect it because it's been so good for so long.
Well, because you're getting free range organic chicken,
Right.
pork raised crate free, the bacon's nitrate free. It's things like that make a difference. And so the reason why it tastes better is because it's higher quality meat. It's not the crap that you don't know what it is that comes in the grocery store.
And the way they raise the chicken wasn't stressed
also-
at all. The chicken wasn't stressed at all. The chicken was like, we know we're going to go. It's for the benefit of the world.
You can taste their good
Yeah,
mood.
the chickens were happy.
The chickens, the little chicken feet, they're like,
Yes.
yes.
They did chicken yoga on the way while they were getting ready. So it's very,
The grass they walk on is very manicured and like a retreat.
And their toenails are manicured. It's all really
it's really good.
high quality. I made the steak before I left. I did not do a Highlander butter based, but the steak is excellent. I get a craving for red meat sometimes. You guys know also it's more convenient. And what I love is that it comes to your house. You can pick your own box that, put the things in it that you want, or they have pre-selected boxes if you just want to try all the stuff kind of that they put in there for you. But you can go, you can go whenever you feel like and change it and pause it or cancel it or put different things in it. So right now they're doing a new deal. You can get free chicken nuggets. They just started doing chicken nuggets and they're gluten-free and they're awesome. Free chicken nuggets for a year plus 10% off your first box when you sign up today. That's a 22-ounce bag of gluten-free chicken nuggets in every order that you get for an entire year. I know. When you sign up at butcherbox.com/Titus and use promo code Titus. That's butcherbox.com/Titus using promo code Titus to claim that deal. It's a whole new one.
Again, people.
The thing that they know is you're going to love them.
Yeah, not lying again. Another good product.
Non ButcherBox meat is you can taste the stressful life they've had. They smoke cigarettes.
These
carry
cows
guns.
were raised in a bad neighborhood. They're
maggots. It's MAGA meat.
They didn't get a massage.
No.
Exactly. So I know we do this podcast and we talk about politics all the time, and it's easy to bitch about what's wrong. I was just thinking a minute ago, how do we fix this specific problem? We had the fairness doctrine that Reagan killed for Roger Ailes, who started Fox News. Explain to me, what do we have to do to trust our media again? Or is it just gone? Is authoritarianism and fascism just taken over? It's going on in Hungary. It's going on in Russia, China. we've all the Iran. We've got all these countries that are just deciding, we're going to just kill the women that complain. If you show your hair, we're going to kill you. China's like killing the Uyghurs. They're just, and then we've got Russia. Russia said, this is great. So they had a news thing on Russia about Ukraine, and there was one of the news programs said this. By the way, we're holding off our top troops. We're holding off our high-tech weapons and our top troops. We're going to bring those in after the Wagner Group is done. I'm sorry.
Who's the Wagner Group?
The Wagner Group. Okay, so it's a private army that has been attacking Ukraine.
We're gonna send these idiots first.
Yeah. They're
not the top guys.
No, it already sent the idiots. The idiots got killed.
Okay,
the Wagner Group's like these mercenary guys that they give them drugs and stuff, and they're kind of nuts.
Oh.
So they came up with this news thing, and they go, "We're holding off all our high tech weapons that they should be really scared of. We're just going to hold off. We're going to hold off our high tech troops. We're going to hold." Really? You're just going to hold out? You're just going to
this point?
You're going to let thousands and thousands of Russians die, and you're just going to wait? We're biding our time. We don't want to win the war. We're going to bide our time with all the high-tech weapons.
You guys go first.
We got them in a case. There's a shed in the back. We got all the good stuff.
They also all have girlfriends in Canada as well. So
yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they do. And they all know karate. They all know karate. Their dads know karate. That's also how they know.
That's what I'm doing. I'm holding off the big weapons.
So what do we do? So let me ask you. So what would it take because our media needs to be reined in. We got social media that's insane. And people say it's free speech. It's not free speech if you're fucking lying.
Well, we should take this moment. Right. If there's not a better moment in history, the modern history, to bring back the fairness doctrine.
Yeah,
this is the time to do it.
I've been saying that for a
while.
while.
And it should apply to social media too.
But it should apply to social media too.
At least
there
from
you go.
outlets that are the news outlets, let the idiots say what they want. But
I mean, you can still give your opinion. I think that's fine. But Fox is actually, they were flat out stating that Dominion voting systems rigged the election.
Yes.
We
have the proof.
Yeah, that we have. Oh, remember that Sidney Powell kept saying that? We have the proof, and it's the 61 court cases. Yeah.
It's coming with the big guns.
Yeah.
It's all, and also Marjorie Taylor Greene has proof. No, her husband had the proof.
Right.
And Lauren Boebert had, it's all coming. It's coming soon.
Okay. It's been like 6 years.
Yeah.
I mean, is there can we do anything?
How about now? Now? It's now.
Now? Can we get a rough time frame?
No. You guys don't get it. We get it because we're more smarter, if you will. And we are just going to do it at the right time. You guys don't understand nuance, but that's how we operate. So just wait, because it's going to be huge.
I was with you.
We also, where we're keeping that evidence and the big guns, we also have the laptop. We've got the laptop. All the evidence that disappeared with UPS, we've got that. It's coming too. Yeah.
I was with you till you used the word nuance correctly. And then I was like, there's no way Bebo and Sporkfoot would use that.
I did think that because I thought actually they're the party of zero nuance.
Right.
And I said that last week, and we understand that these arguments are so nuanced. It's not a black and white. I screwed it up. You're right. If I had said nuancy, would you have thought that was...
Hold on. Speaking of editing footage, go ahead and I'll just cut it in. Action.
What do we... by the way, can I talk? Sorry, let's move on from this. And we need something that actually, but like DeSantis is trying to actually do this thing, and he backed off it. By the way, he said that if you're a blogger or like a podcaster, and you wanted to talk about DeSantis, you in Florida, you would have to register with DeSantis, and every time you talked about him, it was like $250 or something. You had to pay to actually comment on DeSantis. And so this law hit, civil rights organization went batshit. Even people in Florida are like, come on. So he backed off. He's backed off the bill. We are losing, and people don't even understand. Fascism doesn't come overnight. It takes years, and it's creeping. It's fucking creeping on us, and it's happening all the time. When it's okay for what was that?
I just wanted to see if it would work, because we're on such a delay that whenever I do want to talk, you guys don't ever hear me. So I wanted to see if you'd notice me doing jazz hands.
That's good. So let's
put the glowy stuff behind you and do it.
We'll make jazz hands. Raise your hands, Rachel. Okay.
I'll put some music under that.
I did want to say that there are good things happening in the right direction, though, because Jenna Ellis, who was another one of the psycho team of attorneys, along with Rudy and Sydney,
She got farted on.
She was just censured by a disciplinary judge in Colorado yesterday. She signed a stipulation stating that several comments she made about the 2020 election violated professional ethics rules, barring reckless, knowing, or intentional misrepresentation by attorneys. She also agreed to pay $224. I don't know what that's about, but she signed something saying she knew she violated that rule.
So did they just kind
She
of
admitted it. And we got a lot in writing that isn't making any difference.
Yeah, but so the $225, did they just kind of throw in her parking ticket too? Like, all right, and let's handle this while you're here.
If we don't hold,
I don't know. It's very strange.
we have the proof after proof. If we don't hold these people to be accountable, we're lost.
No,
because at this point, we've got everything we need.
We're just proving that it's okay to continue to lie and grift and con.
Yep.
We're just proving it.
Yep.
Yeah, and if you're not held accountable, you're right. It's just going to keep going. Trump's going to come back. Trump said if he gets indicted, he's going to keep running for president. The fuck are you talking about? Like, when did we get to this point in America where you can be a total douchebag fuck up? You basically you had the worst record. Do you know they actually went down the record? Trump had the worst record of any president.
Yes, and now the right wing agrees. Everybody agrees.
I just don't. I feel lost. All right, let's talk about the weather because I feel better about that.
It snowed here.
It snowed here?
Yeah.
In North Hollywood?
Yeah. Last week it was snowing.
Well, we were there for it. It hailed. It was more hail. I was outside. It was hot. My uncle was coming that day. And because I went home for a few days and it was hot. I was about to take a picture of the beautiful California day to send to my cousin, and it started snowing, hailing. Yeah.
Well,
Climate
first of all,
is totally
it was hot because you were outside.
You changed the weather.
Hey.
Oh,
This episode also brought to you, speaking of hot, by Native, another company we love. This deodorant, we've talked about this before, but I was on this quest for aluminum-free deodorant, but you stink if you don't have aluminum in your deodorant often. And so I had given up on it and was just using whatever. And then we got this and I tried it and I got the lavender rose, which is my all-time favorite scent. I've loved it. Sometimes those things stink. They smell like old lady. I got this and it is so good. I have it here with me. If you look on the ingredient list, instead of a lot of things that are scary chemical names, it's ingredients like coconut oil, shea butter, baking soda, and you get 72-hour odor protection, which is kind of crazy.
So
to me. What do you think? I use it at shows.
It's my favorite deodorant. I'm bummed out if I don't have it. It was I had my luggage just packed in my toiletry case, and it was in my toiletry, and I was like, damn. I'm actually bummed out. I have the charcoal and I have the new one of the candy flavors I'm using now.
I love these names.
No, one of the
I've got a brick dust spackle. I've got cinnamon.
Spackle's nice. But I have cinnamon. I have
cinnamon sawdust.
I have one of the candy flavors too, which is
you got because what I like that they do is they do these limited edition collections. So it changes, and if you don't get it, you can't get it. And that appeals to like the fashion side.
I'm collecting deodorant now.
It's
Yes, I have my. By the way, no, don't touch that. It's my deodorant collection. You can't get that flavor. You can't get that flavor. That's aged whiskey.
That's the problem. They keep coming out with stuff, and I want that one. So what you got was one of these new limited edition ones. It's called the Cabin Collection, and you got warm cider and cinnamon. That's the one you're talking about. They also have toasted marshmallow, wildwood, and cardamom. It's the Cabin Collection release. So you're wearing the cinnamon one.
Native must have this like weird science. Like you got to be there's got to be a crazy dude in your company. Be like, hey guys, we're not just gonna do a sandalwood and musk.
Yeah.
We're gonna do.
We gotta take that up a notch. Bearskin rug.
I got garlic and I got wood
witch's
chips.
brew.
We're gonna. It's pretty crazy.
Well, that was the problem for me, was that when I'm doing shows, it's the fight or flight thing. You're freezing cold. but you sweat.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be on stage and have sweat. And so for me to finally switch to something without aluminum and use it at shows, it's, in the words of Joe Biden, that's a big effing deal.
Yeah.
They also have, for whatever scent you choose, they have body wash and body lotion for that, which you use.
I use the body lotion doesn't make my
face.
Love
that stuff.
Body lotion doesn't make my face react. It's real natural. I like it. It's really good.
It just makes me feel.
I started putting Coke cans under my armpits just to get a little bit of aluminum,
just to even things out a little bit.
before I found Native.
Oh, gotcha.
Sorry.
So you can smell and feel fresh all day long with Native. Get 20% off your first order by going to nativedeo.com/Titus or use promo code Titus at checkout. That's nativedeo.com/Titus or use promo code Titus at checkout for 20% off your first order.
Guys, be clear.
I like that I can coordinate. I can coordinate my body lotion, my body wash, and my deodorant.
I want you guys to know that advertising is part to keep that we don't charge a Patreon. We use everything we advertise. Just be clear. We're not playing. We love this stuff.
I love it so much I put it on for no one.
Wow.
Just go. This is a theme that pops in my head.
So I want to talk about the weather. There's another giant atmospheric river coming into California. I got to be honest with you. When people talk about climate change, they started making up new shit. Like I've never heard the term atmospheric river before. That doesn't. That sounds new, right? That sounds like some Harry Potter shit, doesn't it? Like you conjure up an atmospheric bomb cyclone. So
it sounds a little Old Testament-y.
Yeah, doesn't it? Instead of fixing,
the Lord, He brought it to the atmospheric river of
the
blood.
Bomb cyclone took out Pontius Pilate. Climate change is so bad now. Instead of dealing with climate change, they've just decided to rename shit or name shit that's never happened before. So I'm up at the cabin. We have a cabin up in Bear Valley. I got it when I have my TV show, and we have a deck on this on the second floor. And so then there's a third floor, and then there's a satellite dish which is 18 feet above the deck, not of the ground, the deck. The snow was up to the satellite dish. The top floor window, third floor window, had snow this far up in it. And as I go into the house, the front door is hard to open because there's so much weight on the roof.
Yeah.
And it's staying so cold up there, the snow's not sliding off.
It's an igloo now.
So there's a new one coming in with more snow. We may not have a cabin after this next storm. I just want to
You're not going to find it.
There's a certain amount and weight of snow that is just going to crush a house.
Yeah, eventually.
It's kind of crazy. There's something coming here tomorrow. Everybody was talking about it. We were all in the living room, and my cousin Chris came over, and we talked for a long time about illnesses. We talked about cancer and neuropathy, and my Aunt Julie was like, "Wow, we're officially old." So I said, "Well, let's talk about the weather too." I was kidding. And then that started a whole 10-minute conversation about weather. There's some big storm coming here. It's going to be cold, but I don't know. So
it just feels, climate change is going to take care of climate change. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. What's going to happen is climate change, and like India's going to get drowned. California's going to turn. They were talking about an inland sea because we're getting these. It's not just one atmospheric river; it's the series of them. And if it keeps getting worse, there's going to be a day where it doesn't stop. And when it doesn't stop, the Central Valley is going to fill up. And they said it's possible, because it was before, going to become an inland sea. Mm-hmm. And at that point, millions and billions will die, and then we won't be putting out all the hydrocarbons, and climate change will take care of climate change by taking care of the disease, human beings, that are fucking up the planet. That's what's going to happen. So we can do nothing and just be extinct, or we could do something and try to turn it around. Okay, the problem is that climate change is not a switch on switch. Everybody wants something to fix easy, but climate change isn't that. It's a 40-year commitment. Well, though the hole in the ozone, we stopped using CFCs and aerosols, and the hole in the ozone has shrunk. It's taken 30 years, but it shrunk.
We'll be okay though. We're lizard people.
We're not going to be okay. We're
just peel off our skin.
Right above Donald Trump's house. It's right above where he does
exactly.
his wig.
What's left is takes a lot. He went to five.
Did you see that Mitch McConnell fell?
Yes. Concussion.
He has a concussion.
Did he fall into a shell?
Yeah.
What bothered me is I don't understand how the chin flap didn't stop his fall like that. I mean, isn't that like
a parachute?
It's like a parachute or walking.
Slow
It's
it
like
down a little.
walking around with like a stunt pad
Like
all the time.
it's like inflatable.
It just goes, yeah, exactly. It's
an airbag.
as he fell,
It's an airbag. Yeah.
and like a flying squirrel, he just kind of glides to the ground. But it didn't happen. I thought I was really surprised. I'm sorry.
What would it sound like?
I hope he's okay.
I'm sure you do.
What would it sound like if him falling?
Flip.
Boom.
Ow. I believe I hurt my head.
Did he bounce a little from the padding?
Just pick him up by the flap. They load him onto the
from his shell.
We're so boy. He's a horrible human being, but he doesn't deserve to get hurt. Okay, now that I've saved my soul a tiny bit.
Okay, how's his hip?
How's his hip? His hips are fine, but he banged his head off the ground.
He doesn't have any.
At what age do you not put your hands out anymore? Like he was in a hotel at a party. It wasn't like he wasn't Ninja Warrior. He was walking. Like at what point do you just go, I can't move nothing. Like at what point do you not just
where
put your
nothing
hand
moves? You just topple over.
Yeah. Can't move the arm. Arm too slow. Can't move.
His reaction time is not.
Yeah, I mean you don't.
He's a turtle. So
I don't want to get to that age. Like my other uncle was just here, and he was talking about how he went to Costa Rica to go surfing a few years ago and broke his ribs with his own knuckle. I guess the swell was so big and the break was so powerful there that he hit, and his own knuckle hit his rib and broke his ribs. Then my aunt, who's 64, says to him, well, I would love to learn to surf. So my cousin goes, well, I'll teach you. And she said, okay. So that's kind of how I want to be. I don't want to be, bathtub that I have to climb into and shut the door that I bought off of Fox News commercials.
Yeah. When your bathtub has basically a shed door on it, it's not the best. Like there's something gone wrong.
Yeah, I don't want the acorn chairlift. I don't want the hurricane. I don't want any of that. I want a Grandma Jean this life.
Yeah. Keep
Less
motoring.
motor.
Let's motor. Let's do it. So yesterday we were up at the cabin, and so the bonus of climate change is, for whatever reason, it's March and we haven't had this in a while. It was dumping powder. So I did something I've never done before. And there was nobody up there, so I got fresh untracked powder for like 3 days. And
That's cool.
and I'm 58. And I was going, and I'm with my 18-year-old son who's trying to keep up with me. And I will admit this, a couple times, I'm going as fast as I can go. I'm going I'm like, okay, if I go down, the great news, it was a powdery. So when I did fall, it was
like a cloud.
It was. You
could do a Mitch McConnell fall. Just be good.
No, it was full, like spread out star, like somersault. And then you had to dig out of 15 feet of snow. At one point, I'm literally as fast as I can, straight down the mountain, just barely turning, trying to keep, because you have to lean back on your powder. You have to lean way back. And this little fucker just comes past me. He's out of control. No concept of what he's doing.
This is after Liquid IV, though.
It was. He did. So the good news is we have more snow than we're ever going to need. Now what's going to happen is, now they're afraid, well, here's what's going to happen. The atmospheric river is going to go. The temperature's not going to rise slowly over the next month. It's going to go from 25 degrees to 85 degrees. And then what's going to happen is California is going to flood. So I just want you to know that I'll see you in North Carolina, and we can watch our house get destroyed on the news.
You can just ski there.
I don't want to do that. I'm just saying.
Would you? Go
ahead. I am looking. Well, I don't know. I'm looking forward to being home, and I would love it if there were still a home there when I get there.
There will be. How are you?
Grandma last night, not doing great, but she did ask me when I was putting her to bed if I would sit down and sing to her.
Oh.
So I did.
What did you sing?
She kind of quietly, I noticed she had started to sing along. It was very sweet. I actually
Tupac
turned
hit him up
on my recorder.
Prince?
Huh?
Tupac hit him up, you and Grandma?
Hit him up, yeah. That's her favorite. It's not Hit 'Em Up. Can't See Me with, my favorite song, Can't See Me. She loves that one. She loves the break in it as well.
So guys, we're all going to go through something. We're going to lose people, and there's going to be a journey on the way to that. Ray's helping Grandma out right now. And how are you holding up with the whole family? Like, you're managing kind of everything. How's it going?
Fine.
Yeah. That like you expect. I'm fine. Vodka and red wine. You good?
Yeah, I got vodka. Yeah, my sister went and got me more vodka last night. Apparently, though, it was the last bottle of my favorite one, so I might be in trouble.
Uh-oh. Again, their entire. So when we go to North Carolina, we skew. Like, they must look at their inventory. Like, what the hell happened this month? All the good stuff just got sucked out of it. Order more good stuff, and then it sits for a year.
Yeah, for a year
till we go back.
That's what my aunt said, that I'm going to end up closing them down because they're going to sink all their money into this high dollar red wine and vodka, and then I go away again. And I was like,
we sold none of it. We sold 13 bottles in a week. Now we sold none of it. Well, I want you to know, with you, I'll call you in a little bit. I have to go catch a plane. But Carrying Monsters, people, the show is doing so well. I had a great week. I did the Ice House, had a night there in the new Ice House. It's great, by the way. Then I did the Brea Improv. Thank Mikey and everybody there. It was phenomenal. And the new show is, I'm not a big braggart, but it's the best show I've ever done. So now I'm a big braggart. Now I'm a big braggart. Yeah. But it really goes somewhere. And now, before we end this up, it's Highlanders Fun Facts. Highlanders Fun Facts. Highlanders Fun Facts. Highlanders Fun Facts.
It's time for the fun facts. Should we do it as a trivia like last time, or just also say
sure.
It? Trivia. Right. Okay. Trivia. Speaking of music, okay. What is the only animal in the world that can clap to a beat? Only animal in the world.
The seal.
Yes.
Dolphin.
Sea lion.
Is that true?
Sea lion.
I didn't mean seal. I did.
I know what you meant.
Saw myself. Was like, that's
You're
not
correct.
A seal. That's a dolphin.
Sea lion.
I was going to say otter. Like, a sea lion will clap to a beat.
Clap to a beat. That's going to be my next album.
That'd be a nice sample to get.
Hell yeah. Fwap, fwap, fwap.
No,
they did Car Wash.
Earth and Car Wash. And they're all soaking wet.
Talking about the Car Wash girl. These seals. I don't know how they got there, but it's fascinating. I got to be honest. That's a good remix.
They're slipping all over the car, but...
all right. Love you, baby doll. I'll call you in a minute. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to the Titus Podcast. For myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray and the Highlander, later.
Peace out.
There could be only one.
Wow.
See, I'm doing a delay because you're on a delay.
So you look normal.
So I don't have to cut so much.
There must be a lot of delay. Because when I would do that a couple times, it would take you like 3 seconds, and then you'd see it.
Okay, got it now. All right, I gotta get going. I gotta go finish packing. I love you, babe, and thanks for taking care of everything over there. It's
I love you. Bye, guys.
I'll go dig the ditches, and I'll see you on Monday.
Sea lion clap for you.
Yeah.